Hey there guys, how are you all doing? Welcome back to AFC Game by Game. This is my review of Arsenal's victory yesterday over Watford, the final score being 2-0. Brilliant result. That last 10 minutes was absolutely sensational, and again it was another performance where we've ground out a victory. It wasn't the most convincing display from Arsenal, but we're winning ugly, and that's something that, as Petr Cech says, it's something that we haven't done over the past couple of years. So I'm really pleased to see Arsenal get the win, make it 7 wins out of 7, and with Karabag away on Thursday night and with Fulham away on the weekend, we've got 2 very winnable away fixtures, and we could potentially be going into the international break with 9 wins out of 9, which is fantastic. If you'd have said that at this stage in the season we wouldn't be that far off top spot in the Premier League, I wouldn't have believed you. But we're actually doing really well in the league. We're playing some really good football at times. Of course, it's still a learning process, but you look at Man United, who they've spent so much money. They've got a manager in Jose Mourinho. They've got players like Alexis Sanchez, who's being paid 500 grand a week. And they're a project that's been going on for seemingly forever. And in the space of a couple of months, we're already getting wins on the bounce. We're winning games. It's a great position to be in, especially as it's such an early stage in Unai Emery's tenure. It's a really good state to be in at Arsenal Football Club, and I'm really pleased with how things are going so far. And yesterday's performance really encapsulated what has been a very positive start to the season under the new man. So yeah, a lot to be positive about. First thing going into the game was I was surprised to see Aaron Ramsey start. If I'm being brutally honest, I don't think he had the best performance yesterday. I don't think it's a coincidence that we started to play better when he went off the pitch and we saw Iwobi come on. I don't think that's down to how Aaron Ramsey necessarily played. I just think it's evidencing that Ramsey doesn't have future as such in his Arsenal team. It's blatantly obvious that when Iwobi came on, he's really transformed this season. He was fantastic when he came onto the pitch. That we're going to play better with someone like Mesut with the number 10 role, who looked 10 times better when he moved to number 10 as opposed to being on the right wing. And then we had Alex Iwobi come into the team as well, who looks brilliant when he came on. And Danny Welbeck. We just look a lot better with these players, these inside forwards, playing on the left and the right than we do with Aaron Ramsey in the 10, Ozil out wide. It's just so unbalanced. It's disjointed. It doesn't work. So I don't really want to see that too much going forward. I'd have no doubts dropping Aaron Ramsey and bringing in Alex Iwobi on either the right or the left hand side. I think he's better on the left. He seems to hug the touchline there. He's playing really well. So I'd certainly look to keep him on the left. But then that raises the question as to what do you do with Aubameyang? Do you move him out to the right hand side, which happened when Iwobi came on? But then you've got a player like Danny Welbeck who's playing really well as well. On the topic of Aubameyang, he's a fantastic player. I love seeing him in this Arsenal team. But recently, I'm starting to notice that despite him getting goals occasionally, he still isn't really getting involved in the game as much as I'd like to see him. I think that's down to the fact that that free behind the striker in Lacazette is so disjointed. But I think a decision has to be made about Aubameyang and Lacazette. I don't think they can necessarily play together in the big away games. I think defensively, Aubameyang's actually done a good job, but we do lose a lot of his game by putting him on the left-hand side. So it's a great position to be in to have 2 of Europe's best strikers, but it's very tough to see him having a long-term future on that left-hand side. I would much rather see Iwobi play, who's naturally suited to that left-hand role, and then maybe play Mkhitaryan on the right-hand side, Ozil through the middle, and then Lacazette up top. I think that would be a lot more balanced. It certainly makes sense to me, but then you do lose the goals of someone like Aubameyang. So it's a tough one, and you can't drop Lacazette at a minute because his game has been scintillating this month. He has been so integral to how well we've played, the performances we put in. He has been huge up front for us. Missed that chance in the first half, which any other day I'd have expected him to put away, but despite that, really crucial to the other goals we scored. And overall, really positive from Lacazette this past month. He's been a revelation at Arsenal, and I'm really hoping this will be a big season for him. In fact, if he stays fit, I've got no doubts in my mind whatsoever that he's going to have a massive season. Another player that really impressed me yesterday was Rob Holding, and it's no coincidence as well that we're getting these wins with him coming into the team. We've won 7 on the bounce now, and he's been a part of 4 of those games, so I'm really pleased to see Rob Holding come through. This could be a massive season for him. I think when Sokratis is fit, he will take Holding's place, but I don't think that should necessarily be an easy option for Sokratis. Rob Holding has done brilliantly, and he was sensational in the game yesterday. He's played really well every time he's been on the pitch, so I wouldn't really be too quick to drop him. I really think he's got a long-term future at Arsenal if he keeps playing this well. Him and Mustafi seem to be forming quite a good partnership. Bellerin is playing really well as well, as is Monreal. Leno looked good when he came on yesterday, made a brilliant save for one of the free kicks. But, I mean, it's looking good at the back. It's looking a lot more positive than it did a couple of weeks ago, so I'm pleased on that front. We do still give chances away, not as many as we have been giving away, certainly not as many as we gave away against Everton in the first half, but the amount of less, I mean, the amount of less chances we're giving away is absolutely, I've worded that awfully, but you know what I mean, we're not giving away as many opportunities to the opposition. Watford definitely should have had goals in this game though. Hughes had a great chance in the first half, and Success had that opportunity one-on-one, which would have seen us go 1-0 down. This could have been a very different fixture. So I'm pleased that we had a bit of luck on our side in that sense. But we are becoming a difficult team to beat, which I really enjoy seeing. We really do have a lot of possession of the ball. We are extremely patient, which at times does come across as frustrating, and it very much is frustrating. But to get through to the 80th minute to then finally wear them down, we're going the distance, and I really like that about this Arsenal team. We're quite content to wait until 70 minutes onwards to pounce on a team, and that's quite it is boring for that first half, but it does pay off in the end. It does. I don't think it'll work all the time when we come up against City, Chelsea, Liverpool, Tottenham. I think it will be a lot more difficult, and we'll have to change the game plan, but it works well in this game against Watford. The first goal we scored, really good initiative from Alex Iwobi, putting in a cross which went down as an own goal by Cathcart, and then shortly after that, I mean, when we've got our tails up, when we score that first goal, we look like we could score about 3, 4, 5 or 6, and we are scoring again very quickly. We're killing the game almost immediately, and it's great that we've got players that are able to do that. We don't allow the opposition back into the game. We kill it off almost within minutes, which is essentially what we did in this game. Iwobi again pivotal, but Danny Welbeck, really have to give him a round of applause in this sense. Fans were cheering his name after the goal because it was his tackle that started off this move. Brilliant work from him. He is going to be such a huge asset to Arsenal, and the fact that we've kept him over Lucas Perez, I mean, it's looking like a no-brainer now. He is going to be huge to Arsenal this season, I think. Playing it in to Alex Iwobi, who then put the ball in, and Mesut Ozil finished it off exquisitely. Lacazette, who made the assist, and he's playing some really good football as well. If I haven't already mentioned that, I'm sure I have. Ozil with a great goal, and the way it was celebrated, him just peeling off with the other players around him, you could see how elated everyone was. It's great to see that in this Arsenal team. I genuinely believe that in an era where there's so much money around the game and football is essentially a business, those 11 players that finished the match want to be playing for Arsenal Football Club. They look delighted to be a part of this Arsenal team and a part of this process, which I don't think a lot of teams can say that they've got in their side, that camaraderie. And I'm really excited to see what's going to happen with this Arsenal team, because we've got such an exciting young squad with that mix of experience as well, with players in their later 20s, early 30s. I think we've got a real team that can do something this season. If we, even if we just win the FA Cup, that would be a brilliant start to Unai Emery's tenure. To get somewhere in the Europa League, so finishing in the top 4 would be a brilliant season in this rebuilding phase. And I'm so delighted that we're beating the teams we're meant to be beating. This time last year, I don't think we'd have got 7 wins out of 7 from these games. I think we'd have still played good football, but I don't think we'd have got the results. And I'm really pleased that we're grinding out wins. We're playing the Emery way, and I'm really excited for what the future holds. Watford were they were decent at times. I mean, Everton were decent as well. I mean, we're beating teams that are coming into form now as well. Look at West Ham. They beat Man United 3-1. Everton won 3-0 yesterday. I mean, we're beating sides that are evidently good teams. So it's good that we're doing that. It's good that we're beating the teams we should be beating. And just so long as we can get some points against the Big Six, then I think we do have a very fruitful season on the cards. But let's keep this winning run going. We've got some fantastic fixtures coming up. Qarabag away and Fulham away. That should be 2 wins. And going into the international break, as I said at the start of the video, should be 9 wins out of 9. But those will be my thoughts on the game against Watford yesterday. Please do drop a like on the video if you have enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments box below. Subscribe to AFC Game by Game if you are new to the channel. And as always, guys, I will speak to you very, very soon. See you later.